It is not the will of God that you are born into a poor home. It is the will, or it was the will, the choices that your parents made. It is not the will of God that you are where you are at the moment, say where things are not working. God is not man. It is man that would say, okay, when you're good, I'll do good to you. When you're bad, I'll punish you. That's not the God that we serve. So it's an absolute no. It is the will. So if your parents made the wrong decisions, if your parents made the wrong choices, now you have the opportunity to correct that and make good choices. The worldly perspective of good is different from the worldly. There's worldly, worldly. Worldly perspective of good is different from the word wordly. That is scriptures. Is different from the worldly perspective of what good is. When man's focus is fixated on worldly things, just like how the Bible says, on the things of the flesh, the things of this world, when man's focus is fixated, when his thoughts are fixated, when his desires, the thoughts that now produce those desires, when they are fixated on worldly things, then things start to happen. Especially when, he's fixated on things that he cannot get. Something then happens. When we look at James chapter 4 verse 2, which says, you are jealous and covet what others have, and your lust goes unfulfilled, so you murder. You are envious and cannot obtain the object of your envy, so you fight and battle. You do not have because you do not ask it of God. So the question, someone will be asking, but I've been asking God. How have you been asking? What have you been asking? Is it in alignment with the will of God? So the key thing basically is focus. Start from the beginning, because it is the way you start will determine your end. And the starting point starts from the thoughts, the mind. What are your thoughts fixated on? Whatever it is that your thoughts are fixated on, that is where your soul, your emotion, whatever it is that is taking your time, that your thoughts is that is where every other thing will gravitate towards. And that is what, where the force based on the thoughts, whether it be good or evil, it will now depend on the force that will be at work. It is that force that will propel, that will push, that would bring about that transformation to producing your will.